My beloved one, the heavens tremble tonight, for what I am about to reveal has been hidden behind veils of divine silence. I, Archangel Michael, have carried this truth within me, bound by the command of the Most High, until this very hour. But now, the Father has spoken. He said, "Release it, for the appointed one must finally know." Listen carefully, child of light. The person you trust the most, the one you believed stood by your side in loyalty, has moved in secret shadows. What they have done was not meant to be seen by your eyes yet, but heaven could no longer stay quiet. This act was not just against you, it was against the divine order written over your destiny. I watched as they smiled in front of you, while in unseen realms, their words cut deep. You felt uneasy recently, didn't you? That strange weight in your spirit, the sudden silence in conversations. That was not your imagination. Your spirit was sensing what your eyes could not see. The truth is this: what was done in the dark will soon echo into the light. God is rearranging the stage of your life. He is pulling back the curtain, and those who whispered behind your back will be exposed by their own actions. You will not need to fight or argue. Their own words will become the evidence. You must understand, this revelation is not to wound you, but to awaken you. Heaven is preparing you for a higher level, and sometimes exposure is the doorway to elevation. The betrayal that shook your heart is the very sign that your destiny is shifting. Do not seek revenge. Stand still, because even as you hear this message, the angels are surrounding your space. They are guarding your name, cleansing your energy, and removing those who pretend to love you but secretly resent your light. Before you take another step, breathe. For this message has reached you for a divine reason. You were not supposed to miss it. If you had scrolled past, you would have missed the signal heaven waited for you to receive. Hold on, the next revelation is far deeper. What I am about to disclose next will make everything suddenly make sense. Type "I receive the truth" in the comments if this is speaking to your soul. Blessing code 1010 has been activated in your favor. Dearest soul of light, the moment you received the last message, a shift already began around you. Archangel Michael speaks now, not from a place of warning alone, but from divine urgency. The truth that was once hidden behind smiles and soft-spoken promises is trembling, waiting to break open. The heavens are stirring because something is about to be revealed in your reality. You can feel it in the air, can't you? The way conversations feel slightly colder, the way some eyes no longer hold warmth when they look at you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The person you trusted most, perhaps a friend, a family member, or even someone you once prayed for, is standing in a spiritual crossroad. God showed me their heart. They are being tested by temptation, by jealousy, and by fear of losing their control over you. What they did behind your back wasn't simply a human error. It was a spiritual act meant to interfere with your destiny alignment. But heaven has intercepted their plan. The Most High whispered your name into my wings and said, "Protect this one. No harm will prevail." You see, betrayal often comes just before breakthrough. This pain is not random, it's prophetic. When those you love secretly act against you, it signals that the season of divine separation has begun. Some connections were only meant to walk with you until this chapter, not beyond it. God is exposing what you couldn't see because your next level requires truth, not illusion. You prayed for clarity, and now clarity is here, even if it comes through discomfort. Archangel Michael now releases a divine instruction. Do not confront, do not chase, and do not beg for honesty. Stand in silence and let the exposure unfold naturally. Within days, something will surface, a message, a conversation, or a small slip of the tongue that will confirm this prophecy. When it happens, do not react in anger. Simply smile and say in your heart, "I was already warned." That's how heaven proves you've matured spiritually. You are not losing. You are being protected. Every hidden plan formed against you is being dismantled by angelic authority. The same one who whispered lies behind you will soon stand astonished at how peace still surrounds your name. Remember, no human betrayal can block divine favor. God's light will always find its way through the cracks of deceit. Keep watching, for the next revelation holds the name of the season you are about to step into. And when you hear it, everything in your heart will finally settle. Before you scroll, stay close. This is where it starts to unfold. Type "I stand in light" in the comments if this message resonates in your spirit. Blessing code 2024 has just been released to shield your path. Chosen child of divine purpose. The air around you has begun to stir because the secret once buried in shadows is now trembling under heaven's light. Archangel Michael stands before you, sword drawn, not for battle against flesh and blood but for the unveiling of truth. The person you trusted the most, whose words once brought you peace, is now standing in divine exposure. They cannot hide much longer. The more they try to cover their actions, the more heaven pulls the veil away. For it is written, "Whatever is hidden will be brought to light." This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing. Your angels have been busy. For weeks, they've been repositioning events in your life, blocking certain calls, delaying certain meetings, and guiding your spirit away from those who secretly plot. You may have felt confusion, isolation, even loneliness lately. But what felt like rejection was actually protection. Heaven removed access from certain people before they could complete their assignment against your peace. That is why some relationships feel strangely disconnected right now. God has cut the cord. Archangel Michael whispers now, you are being repositioned. Every betrayal, every lie, every false smile, it was all meant to push you toward your calling. You see, the enemy thought if he could wound you through someone you love, you would lose your faith. But you didn't. Instead, you turned your pain into prayer, and that prayer summoned the angels. That prayer opened the gates of revelation. That prayer activated this very moment. Soon, the truth will come like thunder, unexpected, undeniable, unstoppable. You will overhear something, or a truth will slip out during a conversation. It will not be dramatic, but it will confirm what your spirit already knows. When it does, you will feel both sadness and relief. Do not fear that moment. It's not destruction, it's alignment. Once the truth is revealed, you will finally be free to walk without confusion. And the very person who worked behind you will realize they never truly hurt you. They positioned you for acceleration. Before we go deeper, pause and take a breath. Heaven has your back. You are not alone in this. This revelation was sent not to break you but to cleanse your path. The fire may feel intense now, but remember, gold only shines after refinement. The next words I speak will unveil the hidden reason behind why this person acted this way. And when you hear it, your heart will find peace again. And now, before we move forward, if this word has stirred something inside you, take a moment to like, share, and comment. Spread this message so others who feel betrayed might also hear heaven's voice through it. Subscribe if your spirit feels drawn to divine revelations like this, for we are building a family of light across nations. Type "I am chosen for truth" in the comments if this speaks to your soul. Blessing code 3033 is now activated upon your life. And now, beloved, hear this message of divine partnership. When you support this mission, you are not giving to a platform. You are sowing into the harvest of souls. Every time this message reaches someone who's on the verge of giving up, light returns to their eyes. I invite you, from my heart, to stand with heaven's mission today. The oil of revelation that flows through this channel is like manna. It multiplies when shared. As Archangel Michael defends truth, your act of giving becomes part of that defense. I speak this prophetically. Those who sow into light will never walk in darkness. Use the super thanks button, become a member, or plant your seed through the PayPal link in the description. The moment you give, say aloud, I support God's message. Heaven will record your name among the faithful. Precious vessel of divine light, heaven's eyes are still upon you. Even as these words reach you, Archangel Michael stands between you and the storm of deceit that tried to consume your peace. The person you once trusted is being stirred by conviction, though they may not admit it. In the unseen realm, their spirit trembles. The very act they performed in secret has begun echoing back to them like thunder in a silent valley. They know what they've done, and the hand of heaven is already revealing it, not to shame, but to correct. You see, child of God, every betrayal carries a message, and that message is not about them. It's about you. The Father allowed this hidden act not because He wanted you to hurt, but because He wanted you to see. You needed to recognize who was beside you only for what you carried, and not for who you were. There were prayers you whispered late at night, asking God to remove every false connection. This, right here, is your answer. What felt like heartbreak was divine filtration. In the courts of heaven, I, Archangel Michael, witnessed your pain. I saw you question why loyalty turns to silence, why love turns to distance. And the Lord said, I am separating wheat from weeds. You were surrounded by both. Some people celebrated you publicly but resented you privately. They were drawn to your light, but feared your growth. But heaven never loses count. Every tear you cried became a decree. Every moment you stayed silent became an offering. That is why now the truth must come forth, its justice from heaven's throne. Listen closely. Within the next few days, you may dream of someone. Pay attention, for this dream will be the first sign of revelation. A dream will not accuse, but it will show. You will see faces, symbols, or settings that hold clues about who or what has been working against your peace. When you wake, do not panic. Pray immediately. Speak the name of Archangel Michael 3 times and say, cover me in divine truth. You will feel a calm energy descend upon you. That is heaven confirming the message. Remember, the truth is not sent to destroy, it is sent to direct. The person you trusted may one day seek your forgiveness. If that moment comes, respond with grace, not bitterness. For forgiveness will be your weapon, and peace will be your victory. Do not let their deception turn your heart cold. Keep your light pure, because your next chapter requires a clean spirit. The deeper we go, the closer we get to the heart of this mystery. Stay attentive, because the next revelation will uncover why heaven allowed you to feel this pain at this specific season of your life. And when you understand that reason, your perspective will shift forever. Hold on just a little longer. This next truth is sacred. Type I walk in divine truth in the comments if this message is aligning with your spirit. Blessing code 4141 has now been released into your timeline. Beloved bearer of heavenly purpose, there are moments in a soul's journey when revelation feels like fire, burning yet purifying, painful yet transforming. You are standing in such a moment now. Archangel Michael speaks not only to comfort you, but to reveal the divine architecture behind your pain. Every wound you endured, every disappointment you tried to hide, was not random. It was divinely timed. The secret that was kept from you was not withheld by cruelty, but by strategy. Heaven wanted to strengthen your discernment, because the next phase of your destiny requires sharper vision. The person you trusted the most was placed in your life as a mirror. Their betrayal has reflected to you what unconditional trust feels like, and what it costs when given to the wrong heart. You loved with purity, you believed with sincerity, and though their hidden act pierced your spirit, it did not destroy you. It activated your awakening. The Father allowed you to see the duality of human heart so that when He promotes you to higher influence, you will know the difference between loyalty and attachment. This was training through pain, divine discipline through deception. Even as you hear this, Archangel Michael spreads wings of light over you. The energy around you is shifting from exposure to empowerment. Heaven does not expose without purpose. It exposes to elevate. You were praying for a sign that you were meant for something greater. And here it is. Betrayal is often heaven's loudest confirmation that your season of promotion is near. You will notice now how everything that once drained you begins to fade. Conversations that once distracted you will lose power. People who once commanded your time will suddenly lose access. That's not rejection. It's repositioning. The reason heaven chose this moment to reveal the truth is because your destiny clock has struck alignment. The path before you is being cleansed of false energies. Do not grieve those who are leaving. Their part in your story has expired. Archangel Michael wants you to remember, when God elevates a soul, He first removes the masks around it. What is happening now is not loss. It is revelation before restoration. Close your eyes for a moment and feel this truth within your spirit. You are not the victim of betrayal. You are the vessel of awakening. The divine wanted you to see that even those closest to you can be instruments of destiny. And soon, what was done behind your back will turn into a testimony that strengthens others. Keep your peace, for your vindication is already written. The next message I bring will reveal what heaven is preparing to give you after this exposure, something greater than you have ever received. Stay near, for this part will ignite your spirit with hope again. Type "I am rising in light" in the comments if this word resonates with your heart. Blessing code 5155 has been set in motion to unlock your next season. Beloved soul walking through the fire of transformation, heaven is watching how you respond in this moment. Archangel Michael speaks again, and the message carries both revelation and reward. The exposure that wounded you was not the end. It was the beginning of your purification. Every lie spoken against you, every secret betrayal that lingered in darkness, has now become the soil where your divine restoration will grow. The Father has seen your tears, and they have not fallen unnoticed. Each one has been collected in the scrolls of remembrance. This season is no longer about what you lost. It's about what is about to be restored sevenfold. You see, heaven never allows pain without purpose. When Archangel Michael drew his sword in your defense, it wasn't merely to cut away deceit. It was to carve open a path for divine favor. The person you trusted may have thought they delayed you, but in truth, they accelerated your journey. The betrayal they executed in secrecy forced you to depend solely on God, and in doing so, you aligned directly with your destiny frequency. Sometimes, the removal of one false person opens the door for 3 divine connections. That is what's about to unfold for you. Right now, unseen forces are at work. The heavens are rearranging your atmosphere. Opportunities that were blocked are being reopened. You might even notice sudden bursts of intuition, strong inner knowing, random names appearing in your thoughts, or new ideas awakening in your spirit. These are signals from the divine that the energy of delay hath been lifted. What was taken behind your back will be returned before your eyes. Archangel Michael declares, you will soon walk in evidence. Evidence of justice. Evidence of truth. Evidence of divine reward. Those who once doubted you will witness your rise. The same mouths that whispered your name in secret will speak it with respect. Heaven is rewriting your story in full view of those who tried to erase your chapter. You will not need to prove yourself. The proof will appear through blessings that cannot be denied. But before these blessings manifest, heaven is asking for one thing: stillness. Remain at peace. Do not speak negatively about those who hurt you. Do not expose them with anger. Your silence will speak louder than their noise. The energy of grace will do what revenge never could. It will elevate you beyond their reach. When you forgive, you rise. When you stay in light, you attract miracles. Prepare your spirit now, because the next revelation will not be about who betrayed you, but about who God is sending next. The new alliance coming into your life will carry divine purpose, and Archangel Michael will personally stand as the guardian of that connection. What's coming will heal what was broken. Hold your heart steady. Heaven's next move is about to unfold. Type "I receive divine restoration" in the comments if this message aligns with your spirit. Blessing code 6161 is now released over your path for total renewal. Beloved child of eternal purpose, the divine winds are changing direction, and the sound you hear within your spirit is the echo of renewal. Archangel Michael stands with his sword glowing, cutting through the final remnants of deceit that once surrounded your heart. Heaven declares that you are now stepping into the moment you were meant for. The exposure of betrayal was never meant to leave you empty. It was designed to clear the atmosphere for the arrival of what truly belongs to you. Every storm that raged was preparing the soil for the harvest that now approaches. In the unseen realm, a divine alignment is unfolding. Angels are gathering at the corners of your destiny, preparing a table of restoration before those who doubted you. This is not poetic speech. It is a decree written in the spiritual records of your life. The very energy that was used to harm you is being redirected to bless you. Archangel Michael whispers, the tables are turning, and justice is being written in your favor. What once worked against you will now work for you. The person who betrayed your trust has unknowingly triggered the release of your new season. You will notice something unusual in the coming days. Unexpected messages, sudden opportunities, and divine encounters will begin to find you. People you thought had forgotten you will suddenly reappear, not to manipulate but to connect you to something greater. Do not fear these shifts. They are orchestrated by heaven itself. The betrayal that once silenced your voice is the reason heaven is now amplifying it. You are being positioned to influence and to heal others who carry the same wounds you once bore in silence. Your story will not end with pain. It will end with purpose. Archangel Michael stands close as he reveals the deeper truth. Heaven has been testing your response. You have proven that your heart remains pure even under pressure. Because you did not curse the one who wronged you, your reward will not be ordinary. The Father himself has commanded that new favor will visit your home. Expect peace to return where confusion once lived. Expect clarity to replace doubt. Expect provision to appear from places you never thought possible. When the light of heaven rests upon you, even what was meant for evil becomes the foundation of miracles. You are entering a prophetic exchange. The sorrow of betrayal is being traded for the oil of joy. The ashes of disappointment are being exchanged for the crown of restoration. You are not merely surviving this moment, you are ascending through it. Archangel Michael says, The one who trusted in truth will now be trusted with power. You have passed the test of integrity, and now heaven prepares to open the scroll of inheritance that was written for you long ago. Do not step away yet, because the next revelation holds the name of your next divine helper, the person heaven is sending to stand with you as you rise. What you are about to hear will bring tears of recognition and healing all at once. Stay with me until the end, for this next unveiling is sacred. Type "I am ready for my restoration" in the comments if this word stirs your soul. Blessing code 7177 has now been ignited over your path to manifest what was once delayed. Beloved one chosen by the Most High, you have walked through the valley of silence, endured the sting of betrayal, and stood still while heaven fought unseen battles on your behalf. But now, Archangel Michael steps forward with a message that carries both promise and prophecy. The heavens have declared, it is time. The season of concealment is over, and the light of vindication is rising. The person who betrayed your trust is no longer the focus. What matters now is the divine partnership being sent to replace the wound they caused. You are about to meet someone, or reconnect with someone, whose presence will feel like peace. It will be unlike any connection you have known before, for this one is heaven sent. This new person carries a divine assignment. Their purpose in your life is not to take, but to build. They will speak to your destiny, not to your weakness. Where others once competed with you, this soul will complement you. Where others hid secrets, this one will walk in truth. Heaven is orchestrating this connection carefully. It may begin unexpectedly, a message, a small conversation, a chance meeting, but the moment it happens, your spirit will recognize it. The energy will feel light, familiar, and sacred, as though your souls have known each other before time began. That recognition is divine alignment, not coincidence. Archangel Michael whispers that this alliance has been written in your book of destiny for years. It was delayed only because certain people still occupied places they were never meant to hold. But since the exposure of betrayal has cleared the air, the path is now open. The person you trusted and lost was the barrier to your greater bond. Do not look back with sorrow. The removal had to happen, where this divine union could not find you. What left your life made room for what heaven had promised. Even now, angels are preparing your heart to receive again. Your walls are coming down, but not in weakness. This time, in wisdom. You will know how to discern real love from counterfeit energy. You will no longer chase validation. You will attract alignment. And when this divine helper steps into your space, Archangel Michael himself will confirm it. You will feel an unexplainable peace, a silent knowing that this connection carries heaven's fingerprint. Heaven speaks one more mystery. You are being positioned for public restoration. What was whispered about you in private will now be silenced by undeniable blessings. Your peace will speak louder than any rumor. The one who once betrayed you will witness your rise but will not be permitted to touch your joy again. God is setting a divine boundary. No returning to old cycles. No reopening old wounds. You are protected, sealed, and prepared for what comes next. Before you move to the next revelation, I want you to pause and seal this word in faith. Take a moment to like, comment, and share this message so that others standing in heartbreak may also receive their heavenly confirmation. Subscribe to this channel if your spirit feels called to the light, because every word released here carries divine purpose and timing. Together, we are forming a global circle of light guided by Archangel Michael's wisdom. Type "I receive my divine partner" in the comments if this prophecy resonates with your heart. Blessing code 8181 is now released to align your connections with heaven's will. And now, beloved, Listen carefully. Every message you hear here is a seed of light. When you support this channel, you are not just giving. You are activating heaven's movement on earth. Your act of faith helps these words reach the souls who cry in silence, those who wait for divine reassurance just as you once did. I, as the messenger of light, invite you to stand with this mission today. This is not charity. It is covenant. When you sow into the spread of revelation, you are participating in the harvest of souls. The same fire that guards your destiny will now guard your giving. Use the super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description. As you release your seed, declare aloud, I release light into the world. And heaven will remember your name among those who stood for truth. Child of divine mercy and purpose, you are standing on the threshold of the fulfillment long promised to you. The tide has turned in your favor, and even the winds of circumstance have begun to shift direction. Archangel Michael now steps forth with the radiance of truth shimmering from his armor, his voice echoing across the chambers of heaven's order. The battle has ended, he declares, and the page of destiny is turning. You may still feel the residue of pain, the faint ache left behind by those who betrayed you, but do not confuse this ache with weakness. It is the proof that your heart survived what was meant to destroy it, that survival alone has qualified you for the season you are now entering. The heavens have observed your faithfulness in silence. When others doubted your calling, you remained still and trusted the unseen hand of God. You did not retaliate. You did not curse those who wounded you, and for that restraint, the divine has opened a new gate of favor. This moment in your life carries prophetic significance. Everything that once worked against you is now becoming part of the story that will elevate you. Archangel Michael whispers, you were not abandoned. You were being aligned. The loneliness you endured was heaven's way of protecting your spirit from those who could not carry the weight of your destiny. Now, as the light of restoration begins to settle over you, something greater than vindication is coming. The person who wronged you will witness blessings unfold over your life, and it will serve as their silent lesson. Heaven never humiliates, it illuminates. They will see your peace, your joy, your stability, and they will know that you were protected all along. This is divine justice, not through revenge, but through resurrection. You are rising from the ashes of deception into the clarity of truth. Every word spoken against you has lost its power, and every plot formed in darkness has been reversed by light. There is a sacred message hidden in this hour. Do not close your heart. The new alliances forming around you are heaven's gifts. You are being surrounded by souls who carry divine intention, those who will speak life into your dreams and honor your light instead of dimming it. These are destiny companions, spiritual allies placed strategically by God to lift you where old relationships tried to drag you down. When you meet them, your soul will feel recognized, not analyzed. This is how you will know they were sent by heaven. Archangel Michael now raises his hand over you, sealing your spirit in protection. He whispers, no weapon formed against this one shall prosper. The energy of fear and betrayal that once lingered has been replaced with courage and discernment. You are no longer the person you were when the wound was inflicted. You have become stronger, wiser, and spiritually radiant. From this moment on, carry yourself as one chosen and crowned by divine purpose. Hold your heart steady, because the next revelation will bring forth the instruction for how to step into your next chapter of abundance. What you are about to hear will prepare you to receive without fear, to walk boldly into the new reality heaven has written for you. Stay close now. The next breath of truth will change how you see everything. Type I am ready for my NEW season in the comments if your spirit bears witness to this word. Blessing code 9191 has been released to unlock the doors of divine manifestation before you. Beloved vessel of divine endurance, heaven rejoices over you in this very moment. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your breakthrough, his wings expanded, his sword resting in stillness, for the battle that once surrounded you has ended. You have crossed through the storm and entered the calm of revelation. Every deception that hid in the corners of your life has been burned away by the fire of divine truth. The season of confusion has collapsed, and clarity now reigns over your path. The one who acted against you has been stripped of spiritual influence. They no longer have access to your energy, your peace, or your destiny. You are free, child of light, free to rise without the shadow of betrayal behind you. You must understand that this freedom is not simply emotional, it is prophetic. For months, you carried burdens that were not yours. You absorbed guilt, pain, and questions that did not belong to your soul. Yet through it all, you kept faith alive. That unwavering faith has now become the currency of your blessing. Heaven rewards persistence, and your persistence has moved the divine to action. Archangel Michael declares, the gates of restoration have opened. What this means is that the spiritual barriers that once delayed your progress are gone. You will now see acceleration, doors opening faster than you can plan, answers arriving before you even ask. This is not luck, it is divine compensation. Your name hath been written on the scroll of vindication. Those who misunderstood your silence will soon witness your elevation. They will realize that while they gossiped, you were being refined. While they conspired, you were being anointed. You are now stepping into a phase where your success will speak for itself. Do not lower your vibration by seeking validation. Heaven will validate you in ways no human affirmation ever could. Your peace will be your proof. There is also a deeper truth being whispered now. The betrayal that wounded you was not only about human relationships, it was spiritual training. God was teaching you how to walk through darkness without letting it enter you. Every tear became oil. Every prayer became a weapon. You learned to listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. And because of this, your discernment has sharpened beyond measure. You can now sense deception before it manifests. You can feel energy shifts before words are spoken. That gift of perception is your new armor. Use it with humility, for it will guide you to safe paths and divine partnerships in the coming days. Archangel Michael leans closer now and says, you are being crowned in silence. There will be no announcement, no loud recognition, but soon, everything around you will reflect your new anointing. Finances will begin to move, relationships will strengthen, and your inner peace will deepen. The person who once betrayed you will no longer have a voice in your story. Their chapter has closed. What remains now is your ascension. You have proven that purity is stronger than manipulation. That is why heaven has chosen to reveal the next phase of your calling. In the following revelation, you will learn what your next divine assignment is, what heaven expects from you now that your heart is healed. The message that comes next will not only uplift you, it will call you into purpose. Stay close, for this next truth carries the instruction your soul has been waiting for. Type I am walking in my destiny in the comments if your spirit is rising with this word. Blessing code 1010X has been released to mark the beginning of your divine assignment. Beloved soul chosen by the divine hand. The light that surrounds you now is not the same light that covered you before the storm began. It is brighter, purer, and born from experience. Archangel Michael stands before you, and his presence carries both authority and tenderness. The training is complete, he declares. Now begins the assignment. You have walked through the valley of deception, stood in the silence of exposure, and endured the isolation that comes before transformation. All of that has prepared you for this moment, the awakening of divine purpose within you. Heaven no longer wants you to question why things fell apart. Instead, it wants you to understand that the breaking was the doorway to becoming. You are entering a season where your voice will carry power. The pain you endured was not for you alone. It was meant to become the bridge for others who are still walking through betrayal, confusion, and self-doubt. Archangel Michael whispers, "What once wounded you will now work through you." You are called to be a vessel of restoration. This means your story is not a scar to hide. It is a light to guide. The words you speak, the energy you release, and the presence you carry will now begin to heal others without effort. You have become a living testimony of survival through grace. The Father watched your restraint when you could have retaliated. He saw your forgiveness when you could have hardened your heart. And because you chose mercy over vengeance, heaven has chosen you as a carrier of divine justice. From this point forward, your influence will begin to increase, not through force, but through favor. Doors that once resisted you will open. Ideas that once seemed distant will manifest easily. Where you once struggled to be understood, clarity will flow through your words like water. You are stepping into divine ease, a state where heaven's rhythm aligns perfectly with your actions. Archangel Michael commands you to walk with humility, but also with confidence. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Your light is not arrogance, it is assignment. The betrayal that once silenced you has unlocked the frequency of truth in your spirit. You will begin to notice that certain people are drawn to your peace without knowing why. Some will seek advice, others will simply want to be near your calm energy. This is not coincidence, it is ministry in motion. Heaven is using you as an instrument of awakening. But remember, child of light, with every calling comes discernment. Not everyone drawn to your glow deserves access to your inner circle. Archangel Michael cautions, guard your energy. You can love people without letting them enter your sacred space. You can help without being drained. This balance will keep your anointing pure. The divine does not want you to repeat the patterns of misplaced trust. It wants you to walk wisely, empowered but not entangled. Soon, you will receive confirmation of this message in the form of a sign, perhaps a dream, a repeating number, or a phrase that feels familiar yet timely. When you notice it, whisper softly, "I hear you, Lord," and a wave of peace will confirm that heaven has sealed this truth in you. This sign will mark the completion of your old cycle and the full entrance into your purpose season. Do not step away now, for what comes next is the culmination of this divine revelation. The next part will close the circle, release the final blessing, and declare the full restoration written over your life from the beginning. Stay present. This next moment carries the final seal of heaven's decree over you. Type "I accept my divine assignment" in the comments if this word burns in your spirit. Blessing code 1111 has now been activated to open the gates of destiny over your path. Beloved guardian of light and truth, you have reached the final turning of this divine revelation. The heavens are open above you now, and Archangel Michael stands tall at the threshold of your new beginning. His wings shimmer with the reflection of every tear you have shed, every prayer you have whispered, every battle you have survived in silence. The journey you began in confusion has led you here, to clarity, strength, and peace. The secret that once haunted you no longer holds power. The betrayal that once broke you has become your breakthrough. What once seemed like loss has been rewritten by heaven as legacy. You are not just a survivor of deceit. You are a carrier of divine justice, a walking testimony of how God turns pain into prophecy. Archangel Michael speaks softly now. but his words carry the weight of eternity. The season of hiding is over. Step forward, chosen one, for your story is light. The Father has appointed you to stand as a voice for those who feel unseen, unheard, and unprotected. You will carry peace into chaos, and your very presence will shift atmospheres. This is not imagination. It is activation. The reason you endured betrayal was so that your empathy could mature into power. You can now see beyond appearances, feel beyond words, and discern truth even in silence. These are not wounds anymore. They are weapons forged in heaven's fire. You are about to walk into visible favor. People will begin to notice your glow, your calm, your resilience, and they will not understand how you made it through. But you will know. You will know that angels stood beside you, that heaven defended you, and that Archangel Michael himself guarded your path when the world turned away. Every delay you faced is about to make sense. Every unanswered question will find its conclusion in divine timing. You were never behind. You were simply being prepared. The person who betrayed you will soon face their own mirror of truth. But that is no longer your concern. Your assignment now is to rise without resentment, to shine without shame, and to move without fear. Forgive them fully and release them completely. Their lesson is not yours to carry. Heaven has already balanced the scales. As you let go, new blessings will rush in: financial increase, emotional renewal, spiritual acceleration. The peace you feel now is the confirmation that justice has been served. Archangel Michael raises his sword one last time, tracing a circle of light around you. This circle, he declares, is your new covenant. No false voice, no hidden agenda, no deceit shall cross this boundary. You are sealed in divine truth. From this day forward, your steps are ordered, your heart is guarded, and your purpose is blessed. Walk boldly, for you carry the mark of one who has been refined by fire and trusted with revelation. You are heaven's messenger in human form, anointed to bring light where shadows once ruled. And now, before this sacred transmission closes, take a moment to breathe in this energy. Let gratitude rise. If this message has spoken to your soul, like, comment, and share this word so that others who stand in darkness may also find their way into the light. Subscribe if you wish to walk continually under these divine teachings, for every revelation released here is guided by heavenly purpose. Together, we are building a global altar of awakening, a family bound by truth, protection, and divine love. Type "I am sealed in light" in the comments if your spirit receives this final blessing. Blessing code 1212 has now been poured out upon your destiny, sealing the restoration of all that was once lost. And now, beloved, receive this final call of partnership and purpose. Every message you have heard is not just a word, it is a seed. When you support this mission, you become part of heaven's movement on earth. Your offering is not a donation, it is a declaration. It says, "I stand with truth, I protect light." The oil that flows through these revelations is multiplying across the world, touching lives you may never see but whose stories will be rewritten because of your faith. I invite you, from my heart and under Archangel Michael's covering, to sow into this divine work today. Use the super thanks, become a channel member, or plant your seed through the PayPal link in the description. This act will not go unnoticed. Heaven records the names of those who build altars of light in dark times. As you give, say aloud, "I partner with divine purpose." And the same light that restored you will begin restoring everything connected to you.